has Curry with him. Curry fires for three. Yes! They are on fire. And the Golden State Warriors are on their way to a fourth consecutive NBA final.
Historically bad shooting has led to an historic NBA Finals matchup. For the first time ever, the same two teams will meet in 4 straight NBA Finals. The Warriors and Cavs, Part 4, tips off Thursday in Oakland. Golden State now just 4 wins from winning its 3rd title in the last 4 years after Durant and Curry combined for 61. Welcome to NBA TV's post-game coverage of the Warriors' 101-92 win over the Rockets in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. He's the czar, Mike Fratello. Steve Smith, I'm Jared Greenberg. We'll get you back out to Toyota Center in just moments for live post-game press conference coverage as we react to the Dubs rallying from 15 down. Guys, Golden State overcame early turnovers and foul trouble. How did they do it?
Well, at first for me is that third quarter and also a defensive mindset by them. And then you got to give a lot of credit to Steph Curry because he just came out. He was relentless, coach, on making plays, not only from the three-point shot, but his movement. And then he got those guys going and their confidence got going. And I looked at it, and then Kevin Durant came and basically had the fourth quarter he had, and they started running better offense, and they didn't live and die by the three-point shot. The Houston Rockets, boy, Coach, we was watching that. I had never seen anything like that. They missed 27 straight three-point shots, and that was kind of the ball game.
It's almost as if Houston felt that we can't catch back up again unless we make threes. So they kept pursuing the three-point line, searching the three-point line out. And it's not often that you see Durant, Curry, and Thompson all struggle in the same half. But that's what happened. Thompson got in the early foul trouble, had to sit down, really was a non-contributor in that first half. But when they got to that third quarter, a couple shots started to fall. You could feel momentum shift. And at the same time, it was compounded by Houston because I don't know if it was the fatigue factor or not. The legs getting heavy, missing foul shots. The three, like you said, 27 consecutive three-point misses. That snowball gets too big. You can't overcome it.
And we'll break down the numbers that took place while the streak of missed threes was happening. It's astonishing that Houston was falling apart the way they did in this game. We'll react to the game. We'll look ahead to the NBA Finals, Cavs and Warriors. But first, let's get you back out to the podium in Houston. We'll hear from both head coaches. We begin here with Mike D'Antoni after his team has been eliminated. And Coach D'Antoni 0-3 now in conference finals history. Steve Kerr with his A material tonight. It started with David Aldridge at the end of the first quarter when he quickly told David Aldridge that this is the worst first quarter of basketball we've ever played. But he also threw in there, we're down 5. His team then persevered in it again. What is it about this team that allows themselves to go into, Coach, those lulls early and then pick it up in the third quarter as if, you know, they're a whole different team?
Think about this. It's the 4th year now they're going back to the NBA Finals. The core group, which they then added Kevin Durant to, have been together and played in so many games and understand what their abilities are and how good they can be when they're at the top of their game. And I think they have their priorities in order. It starts at the defensive end. They always give themselves a chance if they defend because they know, as Steve just said, that spurt's coming eventually where we're going to put points on the board. Just keep it close enough to give us a chance. I think I heard him say it would take about 2 minutes to score 11 points to make that difference. So when you still got 32, 34 minutes left in the game, you got a chance.
You know, Smitty, there's this ongoing debate that clearly has no answer about not necessarily who is the best player on the Warriors, but who is most important to what they do. And it almost feels like Steve Kerr answered that question in his press conference by saying Steph Curry infuses us with energy. And we saw it in that third quarter when he scored 11 straight points.
Yeah, you know, you look at Steph and you can see how he's obviously a guy who's very talented, and he gets it going from a standpoint that just takes some pressure off them. He will take some chances on taking some shots, and a lot of times we'll go, wow, that's a bad shot. But then all of a sudden, like in that third quarter, you start to say, wow, and it just loosens everything up. I would say what Coach said, they have so many different guys It's kind of a Draymond Green consistently throughout the night, making big plays. Just Clay to come in and knock down those shots in the second quarter after he had struggled with the foul trouble. Sure. Then Durant finished the game. But I think for me is what the best player on their team or the guy that ignites them is not a player, is their commitment to, like Coach said, the defense and trust in their system. They go away from it, but when it starts to become crunch time, they stick to defending and defending and defending, and they get some stops when they need to.
Let me say this. I had a question for you, but I'll get to that in a second. I don't know if we're going to find another player like Draymond Green. He is just such an unusual piece. He understands, I have to rebound tonight because we're not playing a big guy in the game tonight. I have to block a shot. I have to bring the ball down and let Curry and let Thompson be free to run around and get them open and get the ball to him on time. He is an incredible piece that puts this whole thing together for them. But having said that, here's my question. The other guys on the floor in games, do they ever get to the point where sometimes they watch a guy on their team do something, and do they say ever in their minds, man, how's he doing that? Like Curry stopping 4 feet behind the three-point line and just letting it go. And you get caught up sometimes watching that guy.
I mean, you have to. I mean, and for them, it's almost like an all-star game. Or when you're an Olympic team, when you're looking at so many talented guys, because you got to say Steph, what he's doing, being able to stop behind the line and obviously to make the plays he's made. And then just today I was in wow of Kevin Durant was taking shots without even really posting up or without even jumping. And then you have Clay who can run off screens and run all these miles on offense and defense, one of the league leaders, and then be able to coach catch and shoot on a dime and turn and get square and shoot it like you're shooting in the gym. So, but you're right. That Draymond Green is that's the one they need. That's going to just be consistently on doing, well, like you said, to plug in what they need at times. And like you said, it's the little things, picks, diving on the balls, and I think also his leadership is definitely taking them to another level.
And it felt like in the first few moments of the game that Draymond was not going to have the type of game that he ended up having. And we talked about the stat before the game. When he has 3 or fewer turnovers, the Golden State Warriors haven't lost this postseason. He had 2 in the first couple of minutes of the game, and they're this year now 2-5 when he has 4 or more turnovers in the playoffs. He had 5 of them in this game. It just didn't seem like from the jump that this was going to be his type of contest.
The whole game was bad for Golden State to start out with. Not only did he have the quick turnovers and then the fouls with Klay Thompson, he's on the bench with the coach gambles, leaves him on the floor with 2, and he picks up the next one right away. Now he's on the bench with 3. Guys couldn't make shots. Curry was trying to get it going. Thompson was out of the game quickly, so he couldn't get it going. Draymond wound up 0 for 5 from behind the three-point line tonight. So it was a struggle early on. The whole team comes out with all that energy, and it was just a matter of stay close enough, give ourselves a chance, and I think eventually the fatigue factor caught up with Houston in this game.
Jared, I would like to say, give Steve Kerr a lot of credit. I mean, he played some major minutes with Jordan Bell, the rookie. I mean, he didn't score, in the stat sheet, but you're talking about his plus minus and the plays he made to be a rookie coach. And I thought also Sean Livingston kind of replacing Andre Iguodala. He finished that game, so he had 2 guys that come in and play solid basketball. And we saw Sean Livingston hit 2 twos, not 3s, 2 twos. That was huge, Jared. And I thought had the Golden State Warriors kind of give them a little bit of that way they can settle down.
Just one footnote on the Draymond Green story. 0 for 5 from 3 and 5 turnovers. But in the second half of the game, 0 for 1 from 3 and just 1 turnover. You saw how this team turned around. We'll go back out to Houston. Got plenty more to do here. Czar and Smitty get you set for the NBA Finals. And the Warriors win a 3rd title in 4 years. They'll play the Cleveland Cavaliers again. We'll go back out to the podium next.